Good morning, friends. How are you? I am excited to be joining you this morning. I have a great project to share, and I can't wait to share it with you. It's actually using one of my most favorite bundles from the mini catalog. And I was like, oh, I can't wait to play with it. And it's no fun playing with something if you don't have someone to share it with. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you're joining live or you're watching the replay, I love connecting with you. Oh, let me move my messy tabletop there. So welcome, welcome. My name is Genevieve Coe. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Markham, Ontario, Canada. And I just love playing. Who loves to play? I love to play, and I want to show you what I've been playing with. I didn't always love to play with paper, but when someone showed me how easy it was to use our incredible Stampin' Up! Products, that's when the lights started going on. And so I hope that I can share with you just some of the fun I've been having and sharing one of my very favorite mini catalog products. If you're familiar with our products, tell me in the comments what your favorite mini catalog product has been, because we are near the end of a season. Believe it or not, it's December. And so that means there are some things going goodbye, farewell, because we have to make room for brand new products that are coming down the pipe. And so I thought I'd share one of my favorite ones before it says farewell forever. We actually have a page called Last Chance. And so the Last Chance products are ones that will not be reordered. They're only there until supplies run out. And this is the stamp set that I want to use, along with the coordinating dies, Light and Wonder. If you were part of my VIP party or watched it kind of in September, you would have known that I presented on this bundle because I loved it so much. And so I feel like, oh, good bookend at beginning. And if you're not familiar with my VIP party, I do it together with Jennifer Cotton and our team members. And so get ready for that. Our next one will be in January. And anyone who has shopped Stampin' Up! Product from me as their demonstrator will get invited to the party, as well as any of our team members. So if you haven't shopped with me in this past year and you don't want to miss this VIP party, then go ahead and place an order. Any order will count. But just know if your order is over $100, you will get access to our December product of the month and a special tutorial from me. So those are just a few of the perks of choosing me as your demonstrator. If you don't have a demonstrator yet, I would love it if you select me as your demonstrator because I love to pamper, give little perks, special treats. And of course, this Tuesday video is available for everybody. So go ahead and share it and enjoy it. Share it with others that might enjoy it as well. Hello, good morning. Go ahead and say a hello in the comments. Let me know how your weekend was. And we will get crafting in a little bit. I do have some fun things to share. One is I've been playing, speaking of new product that's coming in January, I've been playing a little bit with it. Do I have a sample? This is one of the new stamp sets coming in January. And it's so funny. It's bugs. And, but they're not ugly, scary bugs. They are cute, adorable bugs. So the way to get access to these products now, before they're live for everyone else, is to become a demonstrator. A Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is someone who loves creating, loves being a smart shopper, and love sharing with others. So you get to choose how much or little you want to participate, but I'd love to welcome you to our team. We have monthly team gatherings with techniques and connection and exclusive Facebook groups. So if you're not on my team yet, go ahead and take advantage so that you can get some of these early products. Let me see. Oh yeah, here's one of the cards I made with, because it's swap season time. So I'm making swap cards to share with other demonstrators. It's like a cookie exchange, but with cards. So if you want to see the swap cards I receive, see if you can come out. I have just recently decided I'm going to have an appreciation event. Some of you who have been with me for a while know it's a bit of a tradition for me to kind of do something between Christmas and New Year's. This year I've picked New Year's Day as our day, and it's going to start in the afternoon around 1 o'clock. Okay, so I'll get the registration out for that. But in the meantime, think about reserving the date, and hopefully we'll have some fun on New Year's Day, bringing in the new year with some like a special appreciation event and some cute stamping. Okay, so that's one thing to know. The other thing to know is I have a new event, Bring in the New Year Bingo. So this is a virtual class because I'm always afraid of snowstorms doing events in the winter. So I thought, okay, my January one, I mean, I've got the Lunch, Laugh, and Craft, which actually is full. I think we're filled up for that one, but let me know if you're interested and I'll put you on the waiting list. I think sometimes things change. So in January, we're ready to rumble with that Lunch, Laugh, and Craft, and then the Bring in the New Year Bingo. All the info is in the description with the links. If you can't find it, just let me know and I will message that to you. Okay, I think that is the news for now. I think if you're on my email newsletter list, you would have known about the product of the month for December. So let's get crafting, shall we? Who wants to see some crafting? Let me share my messy tabletop here. Let's see how we go. Okay, can you see that okay? Let me see whether I can make the tabletop a little bigger. Okay, how does that work? Okay, let's see what we can do about the lighting here, if there's anything we can do. Okay, that should help with the shadow a little bit. Let's see. Okay. So tell me what your highlight of the weekend was. There we go. Okay. I had a friend visiting from Quebec, the lady that I lived with when I was in Chicoutimi for the French immersion program. So I took her to Niagara Falls because that's what you do when you have people come and visit, right? When was the last time you went to Niagara Falls? So we had a great time. She said she hadn't been to Niagara Falls since she was in her 20s, and she's in her 70s now. So that was kind of fun to see how things have changed and enjoy nature. And speaking of nature, we are going to do a naturey type card. Oh, hi, Melissa. I know Melissa likes the outdoors and nature too. So maybe she'll like this card as well. So I'm going to be using this Light and Wonder bundle. And what I want to highlight to you is that this bundle, the dies are very, very exceptional. And so I thought today I would really kind of showcase these dies because they are amazing. At first glance, you're not quite sure what to do with all these pieces. So I'm going to show you that. If you stick around, make sure you don't miss out on how I'm going to use those dies. But what I want to show you is that these are on last chance and they're discounted. So let me see if I can share my screen with you, because I really want to make sure you don't miss out on this last chance page, okay? It is important to check it out. Now let's see. Okay, if you go to stampinup.ca, you're going to want to make sure that you've chosen me as your demonstrator so that you don't miss out on my special offers. And right here, if you go to specials, there's a page called Last Chance Products. Okay, so again, make sure that my name is in the top left-hand corner. You can choose your demonstrator, make sure my little picture is there. And then you'll see this Light and Wonder stamp set is on sale for $23.40. And then let me see if you click on it here. Let's see whether it shows the coordinating products. Yeah, you can see there's a whole collection here If you get the bundle, it's last chance for $70, but it might actually work better if you click the whole suite. There's all these wonderful coordinating things. When you see the components of the suite, okay, you can also see that the gems are last chance. You can see that the balmy blue ribbon is last chance and they're discounted. So what a great opportunity to save. What a great opportunity to get some coordinating products. Now, I know when they sell the stamps and the dies separately, here, okay? So I've clicked on the bundle and it actually shows the components in the bundle. Do a little bit of math here. I think it's still cheaper to buy the bundle because the bundle itself is $70. The individual items are 46 plus 23. 6, 69. Yeah, it's around the same price. So you can either buy them separately. I just thought I'd do the math a bit for you because you can see the individual ones are discounted, but the bundle is not. Okay. But either way, when you shop, you earn Stampin' Rewards. So to me, that feels like an awesome discount already. But then remember, you want to get up to that magic number 100 because that'll unlock the $5 product of the month. Okay. So hopefully you get how that works there. Okay. So all of that to say, this is one of my favorite bundles, and I can't wait to share it with you. I just feel like it was like a little public service announcement so that you guys know it's last chance on these items because hopefully the card I show you will inspire you. And not only that, that there's discounts on the accessories as well. Okay, so let's start with this. This is the card base. I'm going to use it as a layer. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4, and it is the gorgeous cloud cover cardstock. If you've hung around with me, you know cloud cover and Secret Sea are like the best combo ever. So speaking of Secret Sea, let's grab a piece of Secret Sea. And I'm going to cut. So I really wanted to kind of show you these dies. Okay, so I'm going to cut some trees using, sorry, I'm just banging it because it has pieces in it and it gets those little pieces out before I die cut it again. So I am going to cut some trees using Secret Sea. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Maybe we'll do it a little longer because I can decide how much or how little I want. Okay, so I'm just going to put that on here. Hi, Beth. I was just sharing my favorite bundle here. I'd love to hear how you've been doing. Did you have a special weekend? And I want to know if you guys have been playing with paper or not, because sometimes I don't give myself as much time as I should to play. And playing is not just for children. And I think many of you guys know my previous job was an occupational therapist, and I can tell you how important play is for development. Okay, so it's not just nothing. Sometimes we say play is not, we should be working, not playing. But I disagree with that because if children do not have a varied amount of play, it actually stunts their development. So I don't think that ends when we're adults. Good morning, Heather. When we're adults, we need to take time to play. And what does adult play look like? For me, it looks like this. I'm using my hands, I'm using my eyes, I'm using my brain. And so that can help a lot, especially in the winter with these winter blues going on. Okay, so when you look at the die, it doesn't look like much. But when you cut with it, I just want to show you what we got happening here. Okay. Oops. Okay, so if this piece of paper were longer, I just want you to understand how these dies work, okay? If the piece of paper was longer, this would just go down because there's no blade at the bottom here. So you can, the idea of this is that you can create whole kind of sceneries, which is really, really fun. Okay, so I've cut out some trees here. I'm going to keep these trees aside. Okay, so now that you got the idea, I am going to cut out some other trees using, this is Secret C, but I'm going to cut out some using our basic black. I'm going to use exactly the same. Okay, maybe I'll do I don't know. What's this? Yeah, okay, so again, just smacking it to get the little pieces out. Okay. Okay, so see, remember I said it doesn't cut down here. So I'm going to cut it up higher in case I want to keep some of this bottom part to create a scenery. We'll see how it goes, okay? This is part of what play is. You don't have to know the final outcome. And the great thing about this craft is it's just cardstock. Our cardstock is amazing. Of course, we want to preserve every little piece, but it's not like we're using gold here, okay, friends? So don't be afraid to play. Okay, let's see what happens. We're going to cut these trees. Okay, and we'll see how it layers. These dies, you're going to see, okay, I have more to show you. Okay, so I have my Secret C trees. I've just done some basic black trees. Hello. Let's get this off. It's like it cut right into the cutting pad, which is fine. That's why there's all these like marks on my cutting pad. That's what it's for. I just want to, oh, my Take Your Pick tools. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're going to take these trees out. Okay, can you see that there? Okay, see how it creates that whole scenery? Isn't that great? So you can make this as long or as short as you want, but I want to kind of feel some water underneath. Okay, and you might be looking, say for example, at this die. Like, what the heck is this? Okay, what is this thing going on here? Okay, so this can kind of create that watery kind of effect. Okay, so I am going to die cut it. Okay, and then because we've got our cloud cover layer, this is going to sort of seem like the waterfront with the trees. Okay, at first I didn't know what these dies were for, but that's why you have to play so that you can. Okay, where did I put my black? Oh, I'm holding my black trees. Okay, with all these little pieces, it's really easy to lose them. So trying not to lose them. Okay, are you guys tracking with me? You guys playing along with me? Let's see how this looks. Okay, so I'm gonna create kind of a little bit of water by die cutting my die cut. Okay, that's why these dies are so special. I feel like they're a must-have. And because they're last chance, I didn't want you guys to miss out on seeing what's happening here. Okay. Okay, so this pops out. What's left is this. Do you see that? Come on, guys, give me a little love. Like, isn't that cool? At least I thought it was really cool. Because then when we put it on here, okay, can you see how that starts to look like a little bit of water? Okay, and then we can layer these Secret C trees behind. Okay, we can kind of do something like that. We can decide where we want to put the trees, if we want more of them or less of them. I mean, we can cut it and snip it. Okay, so we've got these pieces, but I'm not done yet because I want to show you these dies. Okay. You could probably guess what these could be, right? But I feel like they could be mountains. And depending which way you cut it, I feel like they could be kind of more hilly or mountainy, mountain and valley-y. Okay, so pretty versatile these dies. I'm going to do a couple of colors. Let's do some, whoops, something just went flying. Let's do some Highland Heather and see whether we can get some mountainous scenery going here. Okay, I'm doing long pieces. I suggest you do that because then you can trim and cut depending how you want your scenery to look, right? Because you want to sometimes offset the mountains or offset the trees. Okay, I'm going to leave lots at the bottom. It's the same thing. It's cutting at the top, not at the bottom. Okay, so that I can layer, keep the mountain taller or shorter or just in the background. Okay, so let's, oops. Okay, a little trick with the mini cut and emboss. Sometimes it's nice to kind of layer the plates. It helps it to grab. There. Okay. Okay, see that? So that's going to be our mountain. So we'll just snip. Okay. Okay, some mountains there. I just snipped off. Okay, and then Highland Heather is lovely. Let's take some gorgeous grape. Okay, because these are actually the colors in the paper, in case you're wondering how I even came up with these colors. Okay, so when in doubt, just look at our gorgeous Stampin' Up! Paper. It's awesome. Okay, so this is a little wide to fit in here, so just let me cut this. My other cut and emboss machine's upstairs because I was doing Christmas cards. Okay, and then we are going to do the same thing with the mountains. Okay, I'm going to offset it a bit and we'll cut. Okay. Yeah, Melissa, I knew you would love this set because, I mean, nature, right? Okay. So, or maybe I can kind of do that. Roll it through. Okay. 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 So we've got some mountains here. We've got some mountains here. See how we can kind of offset these mountains a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of color. So I'm going to show you some of the other things in here. I already cut out some clouds. So I have some clouds there. Okay, and I'll show you other things in this die set, but I'm just going to move it out of the way for now. Where did I put the case? There it is. There's just so many pieces in here. I'm trying to make sure I don't lose them. Okay. Okay, let's play now. I've cut out a few pieces. I've got my cloud cover base. Okay, we've got some mountains here. Okay, maybe I want this a little more to the left. This one a little more to the right. Okay, maybe I want this one peeking up a bit. Okay, and so what I'm going to do, yeah, the paper. Maybe I should show the paper. Jennifer's like, the paper. Let me see. Let me look and see if I can find the paper, guys. It is stunning. I was just looking at it this morning. I don't have very much left. Don't have very much left of the paper. Okay. But see, that's where I got the colors for there's balmy blue, there's gorgeous grape in there. This kind of looks a little Highland heather. Okay. So anyway, it tells you on the back all different kinds of colors. But yes, that paper is stunning. Oh, here I even have a sample of a card that I made. I think I showed that at the beginning, how you can kind of create something with the papers. Anyway, today I wanted to focus on the dies, but thank you, Jennifer, for bringing that up. Okay, so let's trim, okay, because I think I don't want this to be longer than this. So let's cut this a bit. Okay, so this is going to be the back side of the mountain. Okay. I want my mountain peaks to be a little bit offset, like that. Okay, so I'll go from this edge on this side and go from this edge on this side. Okay, so it's probably best if I use my trimmer, but I can't do it. Sorry, gonna use my trimmer. Oh, you've got icy snow there. The weather's not super here, I'm gonna be honest. So I'm cutting it at 4 inches so that it's the same width as my layer. Okay, let me think. I have to think a minute. Okay, 4 inches, because I'm trying to offset them. I don't want the mountains to be exactly on top of each other. Okay, see how I'm doing that? So the mountains are a bit offset there. Or I can go a little lower here so you can see more of that. Okay, and then we've got our trees. Let's put some of our trees here. Okay, can you see how this is coming? I'm not gluing it down yet because I just want to see how it goes. Okay, I'm kind of building my scenery. Okay, right? Right, and then these layers are gonna kind of go on top. This is our water down here. Can you see that all coming together? Isn't that so cool? I love how these designers, this is like Stamp It Up awesomeness, right? How the designers can make, like, this whole shape here was another die that created that kind of watery effect. Okay, so I think I feel ready to glue it down. I kind of like how it's looking. I am going to, I can't resist. I feel like it would be really nice if I added some color here. Okay, so I'm going to just take a little bit of gorgeous grape and do some sponging. Just on these little mountain peaks. Okay, I feel like that would be nice. So I'm just doing it on the Highland Heather one. Okay. Just to give some contrast. Can you see how that's coming? Okay. And then, by the way, I don't know if you can see, you can also use this technique with this set, is use these cutouts as a mask to create another image. I'm not doing that today, but I have seen people do it, and it just looks so stunning. Okay, so can you see how I've added that extra shading there? It just gives that extra little bit of love, a little bit of dimension. I might even do it on here too. It won't be as distinct here, but I think it'll still be nice if I add some extra color. Okay, so it's just not as distinct, but still adds a little bit of depth to it. Can you see that there? Okay, so we've got that. Let's start gluing it down and seeing what happens. Okay, so like I said earlier, Don't be afraid to play. I think play is so good. Okay, let's see how it turns out. Okay, so I think I wanted the purple in the background and the Highland Heather here. Okay, let's start gluing. I'm just using this seal adhesive because for me it's easy to use. It rolls. Okay, it doesn't feel, I mean, it's permanent and it's really strong, but if I wanted to take it off, I could just slip my take your pick tool, which is upstairs, underneath and kind of get it. Okay, where's my clouds? I know I had cut out a few little clouds. That would be nice too, right? I don't know where I put my little clouds. Here's another little cloud here. Okay, we're starting to see the scenery take shape. I don't know if I'm too high or too low. We'll see. Okay, and then some of these. So this is, again, Secret Sea and cloud cover. Oh my goodness. It brings me such happiness. Okay, let's stick this down. I might need, I'm just using the silicone mat. If you don't have one, get one, because that way your glue, if you're doing little edges like that, it doesn't go onto the glass mat, or it doesn't make my surface sticky. So I'm just gonna put some of the trees here. Right. There we go. Okay, and then I'll just turn this over, snip off the extra. Can you see the scenery coming together? Isn't this bringing you happiness? It's bringing me a lot of happiness, guys. Okay. So I'm going to just offset these trees a little bit. I don't want them right on top of one another. Right? Something like that, maybe. Okay, so we can still see some of the Secret Sea poking up behind. So let's adhere that. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim this portion off. I could use my paper trimmer, but I find it just as easy to trim off here. Okay, and this is like our ocean view here, or a lake, I guess a lake maybe. Could be ocean. Do I have any other clouds that I kind of cut out? It'd be nice to have more clouds, I feel like, but that's okay. Okay, so we've got clouds. I don't know where we want to put these clouds. Maybe it's not nice to cover up the mountain peak, although clouds cover up the mountain peaks all the time, right? Okay, and then I think it would be nice to put a sentiment here. Let's grab our stamp set. Let's see how big these stamps are. So we've got wonder, and see how you can like mix and match. You are a wonder. Okay, embrace the light. Wishing you a year of love, right? So let's think here. May your day be filled with love. Okay, maybe I better do the. I like light. Let's see how big the light is, whether I left enough space down below to stamp something. Right? Okay, so the light could be here. You are a light. Embrace the light. Does that make sense? Embrace the light? I guess it does. Embrace the wonder maybe is better. Let's see if wonder fits down there. Although people are a light. Do you ever notice there's some people that when you spend time with them, you feel exhausted after? And then I would not say they are the light. And then there are people who you spend time with them and you feel lighter and happier and grateful to be alive. There you go. Okay, so wonder. You are a wonder. How's that? That would be a real compliment to somebody. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. So let's stamp the wonder first. Embrace the magic. Yeah. Let's see. See? This set is so versatile. So many options. Let's see. Let's see how magic looks here. There's all different ways. But of course, magic is nice. Or embrace the wonder. Right? Sometimes we can do that too. I really like wonder and light. Let me see. Let's do wonder. Back to wonder. But thank you. Okay. Let's do that. So what I like to do, I can just put it on here. It doesn't matter. Okay. So I'm just kind of lining it up. I could use my grid paper. That way it's nice and straight. What color shall I do? I'm going to do black. I feel like it needs to be inked up a bit. I like it really black. Okay. I'm so happy. Oh, I didn't glue the clouds down. Okay, we'll do that in a minute. Embrace the wonder. You are a wonder. Maybe embrace the magic would have been better. Embrace the wonder is still nice. Okay. Yes, it'll fit perfectly in there. It's like it was made for it. It was made for it. Okay. So let's glue the clouds down and then we'll put it on a card base here. Okay, so hopefully this inspired you. As I said, I've got special offers for those who shop with me. One is that you'll be invited to the VIP exclusive virtual party that I'm doing in January. But also, when your order is over $100 or more, you'll also get the access to the product of the month, and you will get a special kind of project sheets tutorials with multiple ideas on how to use that product of the month. Okay, look at that. How do you guys feel? I feel really happy. Okay, and so that's why these dies are kind of extra special. You could even put a sun in there if you wanted. So we just need to put it on a card base. So the question is, am I going to put it on the same color, which is cloud cover, and do tone on tone, which I am really leaning towards? Or do we put it on like white? No, I don't like white. Or put it on like a gorgeous grape background, for example. We could do that. That's actually kind of stunning. Let's cut both and see what we like. See, we're playing. I encourage it. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Beth. I love it too. So for everyone else that loves it, grab this bundle while it is on. It's on the last chance list. I don't know how long it'll stay there, but ain't no more coming. So let's take this. I love cloud cover so much. So of course you know what? Secret C might also be nice. Okay. You guys can tell me what you think. I like it when I do these videos live instead of recorded, because then you can tell me. Okay. Oops, I forgot to cut off the, hang on. I'm short a quarter of an inch here. Sorry, clouds, you're going to get to move. See? Let's cut off a quarter of an inch so that we have a nice border. Okay. Okay, do we do tone on tone? Okay, that's tone on tone. Tell me what you think of that. Let's try Gorgeous Grape. Oops. Okay, so the light one does the scoring. So there we go. Oops, it's the wrong size. 5.5, please, friends. Okay. Actually, I really like that. What do you think? Let's try one more, Secret C, and then you guys can tell me which you like better. Because as I've told you, Cloud Cover and Secret C together are like, oh my gosh, I don't even know the words, but it brings me such happiness. Okay, let's try this. Okay, here's our 3 choices. Okay, let me move this. Okay, and then you vote. You vote which card base I should go with. Okay, so one is the Gorgeous Grape card base, which I'm actually really loving. Okay, and then tone on tone. So we do Cloud Cover. Okay, and then the third one here is Secret C. Also very nice. Okay, Linda's saying the grape. I feel like the Cloud Cover, although I love it so much, the tone on tone isn't working for me. So now we've got it between Secret C and then Gorgeous Grape. Me too. I totally feel like Gorgeous Grape is the winner. Okay, we're on the same, although I do quite like the Secret C, but no. Okay, thanks, guys. Look at what we made today together. So I encourage you to take advantage of this bundle. Also, let me see. It needs some bling bling. Sorry, that's just by slam it down, make sure it's set. Here's the coordinating bling bling. Okay, which I showed you earlier is on special. This whole suite is so gorgeous. Frosted iridescent dots. We need to use some of these frosted iridescent dots, okay? So I'm going to go with these ones, these kind of purpley ones here. Right, I don't know where we can put the other one. They always like to say to have it in 3s, right? Okay, so just a little bit of bling bling is fun as well. Okay, well, thanks for joining me today. I hope that you had as much fun playing as I did. And let me tell you, it is even more fun playing when you're creating, when you have um, cardstock and things so that you can kind of play and create. So now is the time to stock up on anything you need and don't hesitate to reach out and connect with me. I'm watching the whole side chatter here about Briarcrest. I think everybody knows somebody that went to Briarcrest College. So, but I won't go into that because you didn't join me to hear about my all my connections there. But um, I'm sure we probably have mutual friends. Okay, so thanks for joining me. Let me turn the light back on. Oh, because I wanted to show you another example. Hang on. I wanted to show you about this is like a shadow box card here. Okay, so this showcases the paper. And then there was another die in there that I wanted to show you. And you were like, what does that die do? It almost creates another layer. So then it looks like snow capped. Okay, so if you cut out one with white and then you cut out this, let me show you this die. I just want, because the dies are confusing if you're not familiar, if you're afraid to use them. So don't ever be afraid to play. What is going on here? Okay. So, oh, it's because this is coming out the bottom. These have been so used so much. That's why they're like all over the place. Okay. This one. Okay. You're probably like, what in the world does this thing do? Okay. So this creates this. See that? It creates this layer so that it looks like snow caps. Okay. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how to use these dies. Okay, so I showed you how to use this one that creates kind of that water effect here. This one is a snow effect, right? And then I showed you this one, which creates that. I showed you the trees, the smaller trees. I showed you the mountain, and there's bigger trees. And then I showed you the clouds. So I think hopefully you got a good sense of how all the dies work. And hope you have fun with that. Okay. Yay. Oh, no, it's fine, Jennifer. It was just like, oh, I was getting distracted by this whole side conversation. I didn't want to lose track of making sure I was doing my job here, sharing Stampin' with you. And that's why my business name is Stampin' for Fun, because I'm doing it because it's fun for me, but because I love sharing it with others and hope that you will have fun with it too. Thanks for joining me. Bye. Have a great day.